Yes, good evening, our viewers, wherever you are. Thank you very much for welcome, for joining. Sorry for joining, and be blessed wherever you are. Once again, this is your host, Professor Gutu. It's another good evening that we are meeting in Azimio Inawezekana Friday the 5th. That is our platform on Facebook, and you can join us. In YouTube, we have a name of Azimio Inawezekana for Ira TV. Kindly feel free to join us this evening, and I believe that you're going to come out with a lot of understanding, and more so we're going to teach ourselves a lot of things here and there, the political arena. Today we are having a discussion that is on the subsidization of fertilizers and if our economy will come back to its feet, which will be sooner or later. Remember, we want to be joined by you, because you can join our conversation too, and we have a team that is going to join. Remember, our brother Eric will join. I believe that our brother Kibet will join today, since yesterday he was busy, and our brother Walter will join too, since yesterday he was busy equally. Let me send the link so that it can be much more easy for you to join. Perfect. Azimio, thank you very much, Felix. My brother Kibet, I'm sending a link immediately. That is what I'm working on now, so that you can join us. Thank you very much. You know, yesterday we decided to change our time of starting our lives, and we'll at least we'll be starting a bit early, which will be 9:40. Although I have to apologize because I was late a bit, and we started by 4 minutes late. So kindly forgive me. And wherever you are, feel free to join our conversation. I've sent a link via our comment section. You can use our link in joining. As our brother Kibet is joining, keep up the good work. Thank you very much, my brother. As we are waiting for our brother Kibet, let's listen to some few of the videos of what has happened today here and there. You saw that we can pick up and see on what exactly we are going to talk and talk about. Remember, yesterday we talked about we talked about uh, uh, we talked about. Thank you very much, my brother Kibet. You have joined. Let me join him so that you can. Remember, yesterday we talked about a lot of things, including the taxation on SGR, taxation on the ports, both inland and the dry lands. It's about my brother Kibet. Hello, can you kindly mute your microphone? Your mic, please. Mute your mic. Thank you. So mute your mic, please. Thank you, thank you. So remember, yesterday we talked about a lot of things, and that is how we arrived into and coming into understanding of what our today's discussion was supposed to be. Let me read a bit of the comments. We have James Namasaka Chesoli, Tukondani, we never quit. Thank you very much, my brother. Welcome. Karibu sana. We have our brother Baraza Olubengo. Mpesa ni ya nini sasa? My brother Olubengo, if you feel or if you're touched and you want to support this conversation, feel free. So, and be blessed. Thank you very much. Zilpa Apio following. Thank you very much. Collins the dance. I'm still in till the end. Thank you very much. Karibu sana. Be blessed wherever you are. Thank you very much for following, for watching. Thank you. And remember, you can share the video so that at least we can give opportunity to our people so that they can be in a position of watching with us too. Today, let me first of all play the first video so that at least we can pick it from there while we are waiting for our people, and we continue from there. Thank you.
boss Twalib Mbarak has answered Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua over his remarks that detectives should vacate public offices and await cases in their jurisdictions. Mbarak distanced EACC from the comments made by the Deputy President while addressing governors in Mombasa and emphasized that EACC has always distinguished itself as a professional and objective investigative body. Mbarak further affirmed that EACC is required by law to account for its performance and actions to the people of Kenya through annual, quarterly, and other periodic reports to Parliament. EACC told MPs that it has averted loss of approximately 32.5 billion Kenya shillings through proactive investigation and disruption of corruption networks, and is pursuing forfeiture of corruptly acquired assets worth approximately 33 billion Kenya shillings in various courts across the country.
Thank you very much, wherever you are, our viewer. You can see one of the videos that we have played is about what our deputy president the other day said when he was at the governor's induction, that is in Mombasa, where he said that our DCI officers and other investigative institutions officers should be staying at the station and wait for reports to be made so that they can pick it up. My brother Kibet, hi, how are you?
I'm very fine, eh?
Thank you. I think you have heard about the video that we have played, eh?
Yes, I've really heard that. I saw the news from that news. It was like some the 9 p.m. news, eh?
Okay. You have anything
Yes.
to speak about?
I'm just listen for a bit before I reach home, eh? Because I'm somewhere walking, eh?
Okay.
Just a moment.
That is okay. Thank you. And while you are walking, my brother, kindly, I believe that you're taking care of yourself and your phone too, since you know that we are living in an environment that is not safe. So, my good people, our good people, you can see that the investigative departments, the investigative institutions, their bosses, the CEOs have started coming out and speaking much more toughly on concerning the remarks of our deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, when the other day, last week, he said that governors needs to be working in an environment that is conducive for them to work too, and then that nobody should be on their tail. And Robert, the same, you remember we have a governor from Turkana, and our governor from Turkana today said, and I think that I want to play the very same video. The reason why I played the first video is because of what this governor said. So I believe that we can listen to these two so that we can take it from there. My brother Kibet, if you can listen to me, if you are still walking, you can mute your mic.
I'm now settled, eh? I'm now settled.
Okay. It's okay, but just mute your mic so that we can play the last video. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's play this video and then we pick it up from there.
Na kupambana na ufisadi, EACC imesema inapanga kumtia mbaroni gavana wa Turkana Jeremiah Lomurukai kufuatia madai kuwa alighushi vyeti vya elimu. Katika taarifa kwa vyombo vya habari, tume ya EACC inasema kuwa gavana Lomurukai alitumia stakabadhi bandia kuwania kiti cha ugavana. EACC aidha inasema kuwa gavana huyo alighushi vyeti vya diploma na degree kutoka chuo kikuu cha Kemu. EACC imesema wanasiasa 241 wako kwenye mizani ya tume hiyo kwa sasa.
My brother Kibet, I believe that you have listened to the video, both of the videos, and I know that at least you have something to share with us. And let me give you that opportunity so that you can proceed, sir.
So, is possible I can start with this one about people faking certificates and diplomas, both the degree and diplomas. The worst thing in this country, when someone goes to power, and many people, when they have money, they have resources, they don't have time to go to class. I can give you example of my governor Sakaja. Sakaja is my good friend. But for the reality, Sakaja never finished university. That's for a fact. When Sakaja was in fourth year, third year doing his actuarial science, he got money, he became rich. Suddenly, he decided to abandon what? To abandon classes. When he was the chairman for TNA, he was very rich. So that time he was a student in Nairobi University doing actuarial science. So he abandoned what? He abandoned classes and decided to join politics because he had money and he had resources. Even when he was applying for senatorial to run Nairobi County, he used that degree of agricultural science that he bought from Nairobi University. But he was a student; he never finished. So when he came for governorship, what happened? He decided to use the powers because our president William Ruto and Museveni, they are friends in Uganda. So he tried to bargain for that degree from that university called Team University. Our leaders are using shortcuts. Even if you can see the governor Samboja, who was the governor of Taita Taveta, when he was the board member in Mombasa Waters, if you can remember that time when he was the governor for Taita Taveta, he had fake degrees. Yeah. So our leaders, they have resources, but they don't have time to go to class. Someone was born from rich family, so that rich family gave that person luxury to run businesses for some times. That guy doesn't have time to go classes. But when he want to run for a seat, that's the time that he want to cook things. He goes to the vice chancellor or the principal of that college. He pays him, and then he owes a degree or a diploma. That's the worst mistake we are facing as a country. That's why most of us, like you, Ogutu, you have gone to primary, you have gone to secondary school, you have sacrificed, you have joined university, you have spent 4 to 5 years or 6 years doing course, you have done masters purely. And then, but those guys, because they have money, they have everything, they can go and even buy the principal to give them what? Those degrees. Me, sincerely, things concerning degrees, I support Mubarak 100%. Let us be equal as a country. If you don't have, if the community say you must have this degree to be a governor, let you have that degree. Let you have that sure degree, not a board degree. Because most of Kenyans, they have suffered. People have degrees in this country, but they can't get work. But these guys, because they have money, they can buy work. Let us have the sure things that you can do. This other thing about you have talked the earlier thing. If you can remember, can you remember me that earlier message that I'm supposed to respond to?
Oh, we were talking about, you remember our deputy president the other day said that the members of the investigative, the arena, more so like PCI and EACC should stay at the office, and when anybody would want to report a case would go to their offices. And you remember there's another video, the member of the governor Pokot Turkana, telling his people that he will not run away. Beside what he will do, he will wait for any person to come to his office and to engage him. And since they are alleging that his papers are not that straight, he has got no straight papers, the best that will happen that and because the chairman of the governors council, who is the deputy president, assured them that no DCI officer will go on. And actually, according to them, it's like they're putting it as it's an harassment. So that is the first discussion that I wanted we talk about.
Let me respond on that. I've gotten it.
Thank you.
Personally, I support DCI to be removed. DCI, they should be removed there and do their work being assigned. Personally, I've been in these departments. EACC, Ethics and Corruption Commission, they should be not removed in any office, any government office. They should stay there, because there are auditors in any mess in this government. You say EACC operates like auditors. Do you get me? Because if any corrupt movements happens in any institution of government, EACC are the one who alerts us. But most of the time, these CIs, they're being used by some people to criminalize other people. But me, I support ACC. ACC, they should not be removed because they are auditors. If you can remember, like the Governor Anwar Iguru, when was the cabinet secretary for youth, he was running NYS. You remember? The only people who were the public were EACC, and something happened there. If you can remember, the same things happened about KEMSA. KEMSA was a big council. The people who alerted the public, it was EACC. Me, I fully support EACC to remain in those public offices full time, 24 hours. But DCI, I support DCI because DCI, the only work is to investigate criminal acts. When EACC have an issue, they respond to, because you can't keep EACC and DCI. These are different institutions. You can't keep DCI and let EACC, simple points. Let EACC remain in the offices, DCI be removed. That's okay.
My brother Kibet, don't you think that DCI, since you have said that DCI, their work is to investigate crime, and don't you think that squandering and theft of public money, those people that decide to think for using their stomachs and they end up by stealing public coffers money, don't you think that is the crime? And DCI should be part and parcel. And more so, let me just add a bit. And more so, when EACC has got no that power to arrest and prosecute, but with DCI, it's easy they arrest, and it's within their mandate to at least take the case to the OPP. So, if the two constitutions will be running together, I believe and think that we'll have what we need. The issue of what you talked about, that some few individuals using the institution of DCI, I think that is now where we should be basing our argument and discussion on, and at least seeing on how and what can we do so that we can have a clean institution that will be working for Kenyans and not the individuals that you have said, if I'm not wrong.
Can you allow me to explain in Swahili kindly? So hizi vitengo vyote vya serikali na DCI zote zinafanya kazi sako kwa bako.
Yes.
Mimi ningependa sana EACC ibaki kwa nini kwa ofisi. Wakati itapata kuna makosa mali imefanyika, either uporaji wa mali ya serikali, then inapea ripoti DCI waweze kufanya nini, kuchunguza. Lakini ukiweka vitengo zote pamoja ufanye kazi kwa hizo ofisi, utapata kitengo kimoja kinalalamika kinasema kwamba kuna kitengo, wacha EACC pale ina nguvu ya kushika mtu, lakini ina uwezo ya kufanya ripoti kwa DCI. DCI afanye nini? Ndio DCI sasa waingilie kuchunguza, then DCI wapatie nani? Wapatie DPP. DPP astaki wale watu. Tuko na procedure. Let EACC raise the alarm, then DCI investigate, then give the DPP to do what? To prosecute. You can remember like there's a time about it was that mall in Westlands, Westgate Mall, about the bomb. When the government allowed the allow the military of the special unit and records code to go together. That's the
Yes.
problem where raised it, because records code are very strong. And then military, those the allied forces are very strong. So you become both of them, they start bragging. So it also goes about this situation. Tuache to EACC of kuaraise alarm, then the same time this opatu nguvu yao ya kufanya uchunguzi, then baada ya kushapata uchunguzi faili wapeleke kwa DPP wachunguze, apanye ripoti kwa pale kama wako na kesi ya kujibu, tupate kesi ya kujibu. Lakini tukacha vitengo zote zifanye kazi kwa ofisi moja, mambo yataharibika. Because the same kuna auditors, kuna ofisi ya auditor general anataka kuingia kwa ile ofisi, the same time kuna solicitor general anataka kwa ile ofisi. So fanya watu wafanye kazi yao, kadi ishe kazi yao ni kuchunguza watu, waje uchunguzi turejeshe kazi. Yeah.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much, my brother. You have explained it nicely. Let me read a few of comments. When we proceed, we have Chonjo Dennis Kering Sharon Junior, jina ngumu sana. Following, amesema anatufuata. And remember, you can join us using the link. The link is on the comment section. Betty Jared watching, thank you very much. Kema Proskovia watching live from 966 siwezi elewa kodi ya pande gani, lakini asante sana. Watamazaji, tunasema ni karibuni kwa kila mtu. Free, this is your home, and sisi mazungumzo yetu iko katikati ya siasa. So ukiwa na mawazo na uwezi kuwa na namna ya kutufuata, kindly feel free to join us. Kindly feel free to use the comment section, and I believe that it's going to be well with everybody wherever you are. Those that have joined, we say thank you. Those that are joining, thank you very much. Remember where we are. This is on Facebook. And our page is called Azimio Inawezekana Forever the Fifth. And equally, you can subscribe on our YouTube channel. It's called Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. Thank you very much. Aisha Mohammed, keep up the good work. Thank you very much, my sister, if I'm not wrong. Be blessed wherever you are. Sasa mimi kwa siku ya leo, wacha tena nicheze tu video moja leo. Unajua tunaenda tu polepole kama kila siku, ama namna gani ndugu yangu?
Kabisa.
Let me play another video, then we move. Kidogo kidogo tu. We have another video here, and thank you very much.
Based in the US has pleaded guilty in connection with the 12 billion shillings home healthcare fraud scheme. Winnie Waruru was charged alongside her co-accused Faith Newton of swindling Massachusetts state of $100 million through making false claims and billings to a program that provides health coverage for low-income earners. According to details of the case, the two allegedly billed Mass Health and Medicare for fraudulent home health services and paid kickbacks to induce patient referrals, some of which were unnecessary. And as Serfin Achieng reports, the U.S. government has also filed a civil action seeking forfeiture of 5 properties and 40 financial accounts and investments funded by proceeds of the multi-billion shillings fraud scheme.
Before the long arm of the law caught up with them, 41-year-old Winnie Waruru and 52-year-old Faith Newton were living large in Massachusetts, USA. Newton is said to be driving a Maserati, a luxurious brand car, and owns 5 mansions worth millions of US dollars in different parts of Massachusetts. One along 2 Woolsack Drive in Westford, another at 440 Great Pond Road in North Andover, 2 apartments in Dracut, one located along 12 Mountain View Drive, another along 1820 Middle Street. She has another property in Chelmsford at 3 Courthouse Lane, a lifestyle that US detectives now say that is allegedly funded by proceeds of the multi-billion shillings healthcare fraud scheme that saw Mass Health and Medicare, a program meant to provide healthcare insurance cover for low-income earners, lose $100 million US dollars, an equivalent of 12 billion Kenyan shillings. According to a statement by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Massachusetts, between January 2013 and January 2017, Newton was part owner and operator of Abor Home Care Services, where Waruru was a licensed practical nurse employed as home health nurse. The 2 women allegedly conspired to use Abor to defraud Mass Health and Medicare. Further details of the case demonstrate how the medical facility, through Newton and others, including Waruru, orchestrated the fraud through billing for home health services that were either never provided, not medically necessary, or were not authorized by a physician, and also payment of kickbacks to induce patient referrals, some of which were unnecessary. It is alleged that in order to siphon more money, the defendants in some instances entered sham employment relationships with patients' family members to provide home health aid services that were not medically necessary and routinely billed for fictitious visits that did not occur. Waruru was arrested and charged along with co-defendant Newton in February 2021, each indicted on 1 count of conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud, 1 count of aiding and abetting healthcare fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to pay and receive kickbacks. Winnie Waruru was also indicted on 2 counts of making false statements and 1 count of making a false statement in a healthcare matter, while Faith Newton was further indicted on 1 count of money laundering conspiracy and 7 counts of money laundering. Waruru has pleaded guilty on all counts and will be sentenced on the 12th of January 2023. She is facing a sentence of up to 15 years if found guilty of the charges brought against her. Meanwhile, Newton has pleaded not guilty and is pending trial. Newton is said to be the wife of Francis Ndirito Kimaru, a Kenyan man who was arrested in 2016 after investigators established that his company, Compassionate Home Care, had been filing fake claims under the U.S. Medicaid program, which saw the U.S. government lose $43 million US dollars. Safin Acheng Oma, Citizen TV.
My brother Kirui, Kibet, sorry. I hope you have seen our deputy president. Anakata kiuno kabisa. Now, what amazes me is what is happening. You know, is it we Kenyans or is it's individual?
About this the scandal.
Yes.
I want to explain and you want to listen to me very clearly. I want to start it from fire. Kenyans, we are very clever, and we are very scammers, biggest scammers in the world. I'm a school of engineering, and I've gone to engineering school, engineering NYS engineering school. I've gone to JQuat engineering school.
Yes.
I'm doing my masters at Nairobi University.
Yes.
School of Science. Yes. This is an individual proceeds, not government proceeds. The 2 ladies who are nurses in USA. Then apart from this that you have shown us, we have done research and we have read the articles about what happened.
Yes.
The lady saw an opportune in that they're working in an hospital.
Yeah.
Then they see an opportunity in the Ministry of Health that they wanted a company to supply drugs, then supplements, food to the less fortunate people in USA. So they saw a gap. After seeing that gap, they decided to open some companies. And then after opening because there were the signatories in that hospital or that insurance department or that Ministry of Health in USA decided to open their own companies. Then the money paid to their companies. Do you get me, Ogutu? This is an individual effort, not Kenya. Is Kenyans people. They are working against their mind. They played their game, but they were caught. But if you can see USA, if you follow more, there's some money transferred. They transfer money from their accounts to their family accounts to the third party accounts. So USA is about the asset they bought, and then against them, because you cannot follow cash money. You don't follow assets and the people involved. So it's between them two and the assets, because they transferred a lot of money to the to people in Kenya. Even that guy that you have shown, the husband to the lady who he has a scandal of 12 billion that transferred to family members. So it is an individual effort. It's not a government. It's not a government crisis, but it's shame to our people. I saw about the headline of Taifa Leo. Walisema nini? Wakenya wavuma kwa wizi wapi? Natumai uliona hiyo headline. Wakenya wavuma nini? Wizi Marekani.
Marekani.
Sasa
yes.
Wanatuaibisha sisi kama Wakenya, lakini ni kitu walifanya, lakini wametuaibisha sisi kama Wakenya.
Yes, I can see our brother Chacha. Thank you very much, my brother. You've didn't kill me. My brother Kibet. The reason why I was asking the question, Rob, is it the story? Is it on individual or we as Kenyans? Because of this very same headline that was written by Taifa Leo. And again, I think there's a video that I was watching during the day, but it was done with an international media outlet. And the comments on the video, there's nowhere the individuals' names were mentioned or touched. The name that was being mentioned was Kenya name. And you know, we are the Kenyans. We live in Kenya. So that is the reason why you just heard me asking the question of, is this all about us or them? And
it is about them. It is about us.
If it's them, about why is it not mentioning them?
It is about us because wamefanya makosa. Sasa kiti zote za ugaibuni isaona Wakenya wana nini makosa. Kuna watu unakumbuka makosa Tanzania, kuna mwanamke alifraud Tanzania country pesa, it was 200 million if you can remember. The same mistake, the same those guys, the people of Saudi Brazil.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining this evening. Be blessed wherever you are. You can equally follow us and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that is Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV, or kindly share our program tonight, and feel free to bless the program. Feel free to support us with what you are blessed with and you're touched with. But one thing that we need to talk candidly about, what is happening with we Kenyans. You know, the other day I saw a video of our brothers from Nigeria being locked out of being locked not to get into the space of the country of Dubai, and the person who was in charge of not letting them in or telling them, no, you're not going to go in, and they were in teams of almost 70 to 100 or more in numbers. And the guy was telling them, you guys, you're not coming in my country. Until one of them was saying that, you know, there's that human right, and there's this, that, and that, there's that right. But we are being told that if you're doing something that is right, but it doesn't succeed other people's rights, then you're right. But now on this juncture, what picture are we trying to portray out there? What are we going to have for us tomorrow? Because we might end up by being in a position of doing what? Of other countries sitting to see us as if we are all thieves, or we are all, what better word can I use? Yeah, you know, they will start seeing us as if the only best thing that we can do in this world is to take instead of giving. You know, when you're taking, it ends up by coming out badly, like now the one that we have had in US. So I believe and I know that our people need to work on something that at least will give us a good name out there. We are waiting for our brother Eric to join us, but one thing that I want to tell my brothers and sisters is that at some point in life, you need to think before you act. And I want to play one video of one of our brother from the other side of Western Kenya. Then we proceed pole pole to
Hano Nyamweya ni mtu wa bodaboda sehemu ya Kisii County. Sasa mambo ya uchumi naona ameendelea kupanda juu kwa sababu mafuta yameongezeka. Huyu president wetu wenye tunachagua William Ruto alituambia kama sisi watu wa bodaboda anaweza kutusaidia kila kitu kitaanguka chini ili tupate pesa ya kutumia vitu fulani ya kusomesea hata watoto shuleni. Lakini kwa saa hii vile tunaona uchumi inaendelea kupanda juu kabisa, sasa tunashindwa kama sisi watu wa bodaboda tutafanyaje? Mafuta yameongezeka, kila kitu kimeongezeka. Sasa tuko kwa stage tu tunahangaika. Sasa tujue serikali yetu ya William Ruto sasa utatusaidiaje, kwa sababu ulituambia kama sisi watu wa bodaboda utaweza kutusaidia kwa njia fulani na fulani. Sasa utatusaidiaje jamani? Tunaona uchumi imepanda kama sisi masora. Sasa tujue tunafanyaje.
Naam, asante sana. Pengine tuweze kupata vile mwingine kutoka eneo hili.
Okay, mimi kwa majina ni Dennis na ni mkaaji wa hapa Kisii. Na mimi kwa maoni yangu, kiongozi wetu ambaye ni William Samoei Ruto, rais wetu mpya, ambaye alipewa mamlaka wiki jana siku kama ya leo, wacha tumpe muda, kwa sababu hata bibi ukioa leo huwezi tarajia ashike mimba kesho. Lazima ukaekae na yeye kidogo, hata miezi 2-3 ndio uone namna gani. So kwa zile siku 100 ambazo rais wetu mpya aliahidi ya kwamba within 100 days mambo yataenda kukua mzuri. Unaona kama saa hii tumesikia ameenda Amerika kukutana na Joe Biden. Unajua Joe Biden ni wale ndio wamekalia pesa ya dunia. So maybe anaweza kuja na kagunia moja at least iwe inatukimu kimaisha katika hizi siku kidogo ambazo aliahidi ya kwamba mambo ya uchumi yataenda kukua mzuri. Kitu ya pili, mimi nataka kupongeza rais wetu kwa sababu ile mambo tulikuwa tunasikia kuna pesa ilikuwa inatolewa, watu wachache wanapewa makatel, inaenda kwa mafuta sijui kwa unga. Ulisikia kama hii mwezi wa 7 tuliambiwa eti unga itafika 100. Tulikuwa tunatafuta hiyo unga ya 100 hakuna, lakini tukasikia eti bilioni 7 zimefanya nini? Zimeenda. Kwa mafuta unasikia bilioni 9 zimefanya nini? Zimeenda. Hizo pesa wacha zirudi treasury. Na tena sijui hii wakati mtu anatoka uongozini sijui anapomoa nyumba yote. Sasa hii nyumba hata ukiingia kwa nyumba mpya, hata ukikodisha nyumba, unapata vioo za dirisha vimefunjwa. Lazima uanze kupaka rangi, uweke tiles, upange nyumba yako mzuri. Hata vitu unapata mtu mwenye alikuwa amekalia viti amefunja. Wale watu ambao walikuwa kwa government walifanya vitu zingine ambazo si mzuri. So tunaombea rais ambaye amepata hii mamlaka mpya washirikiane na viongozi wengine, wabunge, magavana, wapange nchi. Tusianze tena kuendelea na ile sisi ni Kenya kwanza, sisi sijui ni Azimio. Hizo vitu zitoke. Na watu wasikae kona nyingine wakicheka kama ile tumbiri ambayo inakaa kwa mtu mwingine ikichekelea tumbiri yenye iko kwa mtu mwingine. Wacha tukuonea ile kitu unafanya nini? Sisi ni Wakenya, sisi wote ni Wakenya. Vijana, watu wote katika mitaa yote Kenya hii wachangamke. Watu wafanye kazi. Hakuna kiongozi mwenye atakuwekea chakula kwa meza. Na kiongozi wetu William Ruto, tunajua hakuna vitu zingine ambazo ataenda kubadilisha sana katika zile mikakati ambazo zilikuwa zimewekwa. Kama mambo ya wazee, hiyo cash transfer itakuwa mzuri. Mambo ya mbolea venye aliahidi, tulisikia jana Deputy President akisema eti mbolea iko njiani inakuja. Wacha tungoje within 100 days vitu ambazo pia tumpe muda achague hata wale mawaziri, pia tujue ni akina nani watapewa hizo wizara tofauti. So uongozi wake mimi nikiona, wakati mimi hata usiku niliota huyu mtu, uongozi yake akiendelea hivi mambo itaenda kukua mzuri. Hata Roma haikujengwa kwa siku moja. Wacha tukae na subira bana. Aliapishwa wiki jana.
Pengine unaisije uongozi katika bunge ambapo anaenda kuchagua majority na chief whip kutoka hizi pande mbili? Je, itaathiri utendakazi?
No, unajua biashara ya bunge ni tofauti. Sisi wale watu ambao tumechagua kutoka maeneo bunge yetu wameenda parliament. Kazi ya sijui majority, minority, hizo vitu mimi sijui. Hizo vitu zinasaidia wao huko bungeni, wengine maybe wanataka watembelee gari, wapewe askari, wachungwe mzuri, wanapata allowance. But sasa hao watu wenye tulichagua kwenda bungeni, tunataka tuwaone. President alisema wakuje mashinani, at least mwezi isiishe wasikue wakionekana wapi kwa wananchi wale ambao tuliwachagua. Sababu wanaume watapata, hata jana nilisikia speaker akisema eti watapewa sijui mortgage sijui nini. Hizi vitu zinaenda kuwanufaisha. Ndio kiongozi sisi tumempea mamlaka atutawale ama aturepresent huko, lakini pia asiende kujinufaisha mwenyewe. Pia sisi wananchi wa kawaida tunataka tusikie hiyo impact, na mambo ya hii ya NGCDF pia irudi. Unajua sisi kama watu hapa chini, mjumbe ndiye anakuanga na hiyo pesa, tunaenda huko tuna apply pasari, tunaenda huko mashule zinajengwa, mabarabara huko mashinani, na zinakuanga na hiyo effect yenye inakuja kwetu wakati mjumbe ako na kiti fulani ana manage. Sio kitu yote iko kwa national government.
Naam, asante sana. Pengine tuweze kupata vile mzee mwingine kutoka eneo hili.
Asante. Kwa majina mimi naitwa George Visarara. Nashukuru kwanza, nataka niseme asante kwanza kwa kumpongeza rais wetu mpya ambaye ni William Samoei Ruto. Na pia ningependa kusema kwamba kuna ahadi nyingi kulingana na manifesto yake ni nyingi. Kwanza alisema maisha yetu itarudi chini. Kwanza akasema kwamba atachari mwananchi wa kawaida hasara ambaye ni sisi bodaboda, na akasema mama mboga. Lakini ukiangalia kugusa mafuta ni kama umegusa roho ya huyo kijana wa bodaboda na huyo mama mboga. Saa hii unga bado iko juu 220. Ukiangalia saa hii mafuta iko 180 cents. Hivyo ni kumaanisha kwamba bodaboda hachachaliwa, mama mboga hachachaliwa. Na ukiangalia mbolea tuliahidiwa kwamba itarudi. Sasa ukirudisha mbolea chini, mafuta ya mboga iko juu, sabuni iko juu, chakula iko juu. Sasa tutafaidika nini? Angalia, tumepepa bodaboda, tumepepa loans, tunalipa. At the end of the day unafanya kazi hakuna saa hii hakuna mtu anapanda bodaboda. Wamama anatembea kwa miguu. maana maisha yako juu, gharama iko juu. Na nasema afadhali siku zile za kwanza za 2013 kuliko saa hii. Ahadi zile zote tuliahidiwa ni bure, simeenda. Ni kama angerudisha mafuta kwanza chini, maisha ingekuwa vizuri. Saa hii kama tungekuwa na 100 lita ya shilingi 100 tungeishi vizuri. Hoteli ningekula. Saa hii sikuli hoteli, sichakunywa chai mpaka saa hii. Kwa nyumba yangu watoto wanalala. Shule inafunguliwa next week. Sina pesa ya kuchukua shule. Loan inataka pesa. Hii maisha ya hii serikali.
Mabibi wanatoroka.
Ameenda Amerika. Umesikia wabunge saa hii wanataka grant ya magari, nyumba, pesa ya kutembea mileage. Na mwananchi ambaye alipokuwa hapa anasema nitasaidia mwananchi, nitarudisha maisha yake chini, lakini saa hii maisha yetu ni magumu kuliko miaka ya nyuma. Yaani tunatamani miaka ya nyuma kuliko huu mwaka. Kwa hivyo mimi nasema rais akitoka Amerika atengeneze uhusiano na nchi za nje, na pia atengeneze uhusiano na nchi yetu ya Kenya, aunganishe wa Kenya, arete wa Kenya pamoja. Ikiwa mbolea itarudi chini, unga irudi chini, mafuta irudi chini, tutampa kidole. Lakini kama bado maisha ni haya, 100 days alituambia, ile ya kwanza alisema kwamba nikiingia ofisi hivi unga iko chini, lakini sasa hii unga iko juu. Sukari sasa hii imeenda. Mimi kwanza niko na kioski. Sukari ni 6,700 kwa bagi ya 50 kg. Mafuta ya mboga 20 liters 5,400. Sabuni ndume ambayo iko na miti 10 shilingi 1,750. Kutoka 700 tutaenda wapi? Hii sio Kenya ile ambayo tulikuwa tunatarajia, na hii sio ile serikali tulikuwa tunatarajia ya kuchari mwananchi wa kawaida kama mama mboga na bodaboda. Okay, nimesikia wengine wakisema tumpatie muda. Yeye mwenyewe hakutuambia tumpatie muda. Alisema akiingia ofisi hivi mambo iko mazuri. Mungu abariki Kenya, Mungu asaidie Kenya, aunganishe wa Kenya. Na mambo hii ya wabunge, nimesikia mambo ya wabunge kwamba minority, majority, chief whip na hiyo mambo mengine. Acha nikwambie, kama Kenya hatuwezi kuwa na balance ya uongozi ya parliament, speaker Kenya kwanza, majority hiyo Kenya kwanza, kila kitu Kenya kwanza, Kenya tutalia sana, tutarudi ile miaka ya Moi ambao tulikuwa na chama kimoja, na hiyo sio vizuri. Mungu abariki Kenya.
Naam, asante sana. Pengine tupate maoni kutoka kwa kijana mmoja hapa.
Hello, I'm addressing, okay, I have to talk English. My name is Michael from Kisii. I'm addressing people from Kisii and I'm representing Vijana youths. So what I want to say about this our government is that what they promised us. Please, Mr. President, if you are looking at me and I'm looking at you from where you are, wherever you are in America, wherever, tafadhali try to minimize our situation. Fuel is up. So instead mi hata kama vile niko hivi, mafuta iko juu, unga iko juu, nini iko juu. Sasa mimi si tutakula aje? Si ni maasela, si ni vijana, hatuwezi enda kuiba, na si tuna government inafaa kutushughulikia. Please, I'm addressing you in polite notice or in a peaceful manner. Please, Mr. President, jaribu kuangalia mwananchi wa kawaida. Juu ulisema wewe ni unajali maasla. Maasla ni mama mboga, mimi mwenyewe ni asla, watu wa mjengo wote bado ni maasla. Tafadhali jaribu kutuona ile vitu ulituahidi, jaribu kuzirudisha chini. Sisi tunakufa, sisi sio kama nyinyi hapo mnalipa billions of money. Mimi hata kupata shilingi 200, 300 kwa siku ni taabu tupu. Sasa tujinyonge ama tufanye? Nyinyi mnakula vizuri maze.
Naam, asante sana. Pengine tuweze kupata mkazi wa mwisho kabisa katika eneo hili.
Sawa, Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi naitwa Duke Mecha kutoka Kisii. Na ningependa kuongelea hali ya maisha. Maisha imekuwa ngumu, ulituahidi kwa siku 100 maisha itarudi chini. Saizi imefika siku ya 3. Siku ya 6 leo mafuta imeenda 180. So hizo siku 100 ama miaka 5 ikiisha mafuta itakuwa imefika ngapi? Jana nimeenda kwa nyumba nikapata bibi yangu amepanga vitu anataka kutoroka. Kwa kupeleka chakula kwa nyumba. Watoto wangu wanalala njaa. Shule ndio hizi zinafunguliwa next week. Tutatoa fee wapi tulipe na mafuta iko juu? Tutatoa pesa wapi tulipe na maisha, hali ya maisha imekuwa ngumu. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba tuzushie maisha, turudi kwa zile enzi za Kibaki venye ulisema. Wakati wa Kibaki mafuta ilikuwa 80. Maisha ilikuwa rahisi. So saizi mafuta imefika 180. Ikifika miaka 5 kutoka saizi 2027, maisha itakuwa wapi? Mabibi zetu wametoroka, maisha imekuwa ngumu. Tunaomba turahisishie maisha iendelee. Asante.
Na pengine tuweze kupata maoni kutoka kwa mtu wa mwisho kabisa.
Kwa majina naitwa Dennis Moseti kutoka hapa Kisii. Pia mimi mwendeshaji boda. Pia mimi niko na stress ya mafuta. Hii mafuta venye tuliendelea kuchangia vipi si sawa. Venye tunafanya kazi yetu hapa, hiyo mafuta bana ushushwe bana. Hivyo tu.
Naam,
mic was sorry, my mic was mute. I forgot a bit. So I was saying that if our brothers from Western Kenya are saying that wanalala njaa na bibi wanawacha sababu ya bei ya mafuta kupanda, what needs to be done? What can be done about it? Do you remember? Is it yesterday the president said in the US that he decided to go away with the subsidization on fuel, and the Kenyans understood him. So the reason why I was playing that video, our president, whoever he is being advised that Kenyans are so okay, everybody so much well with what let's talk about the prices of that. And nobody in the government is seeing something out of it, because I did think that at least someone could have said, no, for the past few days that we have seen the prices going higher, we need to work on something and come with the way. Now, let's try and reason. I have had the president, the president, the Kenya Kwanza MPs, and their bloggers and everybody saying that the subsidization that used to be done on fuel made few individuals to pocket a certain money in terms of billions. So because they're the ones who are the hands of power, why don't they subsidize the fuel? Then the prices, so that the prices can come down, and then make sure that nobody pockets any shillings, so that you can have the price of economy that needs to be done, that needs to be before us. Because what Kenyans are having today is some kind of actually it's a high rocket economy. It's an economy that nobody is going to survive on, because when the fuel is up, everything is up. Unga iko juu, kila kitu iko juu, inamaanisha hata mtu bodaboda ataongeza fare yake, mtu kuendesha gari public transport mean ataongeza fare. Kila mtu mahali popote yupo atakuwa anaongeza shilingi kwa ile, hata kama labda watu wa biashara pia. Kwa mfano, how many years back I used to nilikuwa nakula ndizi kwa shilingi moja, saizi ni shilingi 10. So ile ndizi shilingi 10 utapata imepandishwa ifike mpaka 15. Sababu ni sisi wenyewe economy ya stabilized, ya ndio sababu labda vitu kama hizi zitakuja. Sababu nakuja kuelewa sisi watu wa Azimio ni kuchoka, tumechoka. I would love someone to join me on this discussion so that at least we can get to converse together. But remember that the country today nobody is feeling okay, nobody's just right. Everybody's more so, and it's actually, let me say that I think we are still hurting, if I'm not wrong. I can remember I was away, I was not around, but when I was on my way coming, rushing so that I can catch up with time, I saw one of our posting about the Chief Justice, and she gave a statement that on Monday she's going to give the final verdict of the case of the 9th election, the case that was taken to Supreme Court. When I went to the comment, watu wako na hasira sana. Before I forget, let me divert a bit. My Azimio brothers and sisters, wherever you are, kindly, I know your heart, and just take it easy. Soon we'll all heal and we'll get back to our feet. But one thing that I need to tell you, my brothers and sisters, that up to the juncture where we are, if we don't take the mantle of seeing on how this government can be corrected, then I'll tell you that this government is going, the country is going to sink with all of us. Najua kuna wenye watasema mimi sijali, but utajali sababu there is no need tuone nchi imetolewa huku kule bali, you know, our father Baba the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who is my president, alitoa nchi mbali kidemokrasia mpaka mahali penye nchi iko leo. So tukiacha nchi rudi mahali penye ilikuwa awali, zile enzi za kina Moi, ingawa mimi sikuwa, I was not mature enough to know a lot, but at least through history we can read, we can know things here and there. But so if we can allow the country to go back, to fall back to the Moi era, then I'm telling you, it won't be easy. And we can't assure ourselves that we'll get that person that will be in a position or will match, the effort of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, Baba, my president, to get the country back to where it needs to be. So we all need to come together. We all need to start thinking how we can keep this government on tour. I can see this is just saying thank you very much, my sister, and be blessed. Thank you for your support. We appreciate. Thank you very much. Ours in your family, join us. Kindly share our conversation, share the video with your friends. Share and share and share. You know, when you share, you give other people the opportunity to join us and to be with us. Kindly, you can equally invite your friends to follow us on Facebook, and you know our link is the very same that we normally use, which is Azimio Inawezekana Facebook. You go to YouTube, it's Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. Kindly you go to YouTube, subscribe on our channel so that we can grow together. So Oh, you can see our people are hurting. You can see there's a mzee na amesema mzuri, ako mpaka na kibanda ya kufanya biashara. How is the business now? That is the question. Is business moving on well? No. So I believe that the people that are at the helm of the power will do something about the economy, because central bank governor, and he spoke about the growth of economy. Because if we are being told that subsidization of oil is not being done, or unga, or any other thing is not done because other people used to steal, and that is the reason why I'm asking myself, if other people used to steal, and now you are in power, you can decide and lock the people that were stealing out from the program so that they don't steal again. And another thing, you make sure that now the subsidization is there, and gets the full service concerning and up to the level of what you think is best. And number two, on the other end, they are trying to say that, if we subsidize, we will not save. So I don't know if they're saving, where are they taking that money? Because if you're saving, then there must be somewhere that you're taking that money. So nobody's explaining all this to us. They are only telling us what they think that is best for our ears, and that is the reason why I keep on saying and speaking about that you can't campaign using propaganda and still run the government with propaganda. That is not possible, and the only best that will happen, that someone needs to come out so much strong and assure us that things are going to be right. And apart from assuring us, they need to take the mantle of making sure that subsidization of things happens from a point to a point, because we won't want people to run government like people that are running their private affairs. This is a country, and this is a country with voters and residents. So we need the current government to work on something. Let's play this video so that at least we can hear what other players in the very same government are saying.
Governor Dr. Patrick Njoroge says rapid hikes in interest rates by advanced economies are making it difficult for countries across Africa to obtain access to capital markets. In an interview with Bloomberg TV in New York, Njoroge stated that the policies being implemented in the advanced countries are poised to freeze out developing countries. However, Njoroge stated that the country's economy will grow at 5.4%, pegged on the country's increased exports and its resilience in the face of mounting external challenges like the strengthening of the dollar and the fuel crisis being witnessed globally.
Shown remarkable resilience during this time. And yes, as you mentioned, there's been many shocks that have come our way. And somehow we've managed this. But I think the things that concern us first, the policymakers, the policies that are being adopted in the advanced economies. So, for instance, the rapid increase in interest rates that we are now witnessing, that actually will have implications on the financial markets. And at this moment, the financial markets have indeed just frozen, and indeed frozen us out. And it is difficult for us to maintain our relationships in the capital markets, borrowing, etc. So things would be tougher for a bit longer, and that is a big concern for us. Of course, there's the issue of a potential accident in the financial markets, in all these changes, because the changes are large. We are talking of the markets in the advanced economy.
Sorry, my brothers and sisters, I think you've heard our central bank governor speak. And what he's talking about is exactly what anybody will be talking about, because where we are as a country, if something is not done, then I'm telling you, sisi kama wananchi ndio tutaumia. Whether you are a hustler, whether you're coming from Kenya Kwanza, whether you are from Azimio, it won't matter because it will cut across the board. Kila mtu ataumia mahali popote yupo. So if anybody can be in a position of reaching the current president, Ruto, then I think it will be prudent for that person to advise him that this country don't need this orthodox method in running the government. We need some methods that will make sure that we have what we need before us. And what we need before us is to understand, number one, is to understand what exactly needs to be done so that our inflation can at least come a bit much more down. And you have heard him talking about, he has talked about we doing more exportation. So what do we need to export and how do we come to that? That is now where we need to start from. And how do we start from here? Because, for example, if we want to talk about that, we want to do an exportation of agriculture or agriculture something. Let's talk about we exporting beans, for example. Number one, you would want to plow your shamba, unataka ulime, na sababu unataka ulime kutumia tingatinga. And kwa sasa unaona kama diesel pesa imepanda, petroli pesa imepanda. So number one, we will need to work on our petrol. We will need to work on our fuel. The price will have to come down so that at least we can get a better way of kulima. Tukishalima tupate mbolea kwa pesa ya chini, tupate mbegu kwa pesa ya chini, the workmanship at least, because when the life is so high, you will not be paying someone to work for you in your shamba for 300 shillings or 400 shillings. It will be higher. So at end of everything, ushatoa mazao kwenye shamba, now you want to do importation, exportation. Ukipiga hesabu zako hazitakuwa zinaingiana. So someone, I don't think as if when Ruto was coming up with the idea of doing away with the subsidization, actually he was in a position of getting to understand and more so to get more of insight from those people, the players in those areas. Because if he did, then I'm rest assured that by now we could have been in a position of being at a celebratory mood. Most of those people that needs fuel, the fuel price to go much more down, because ikifika kwa kulima fuel inatumika, ikifika kwa maneno ya transportation fuel inatumika. Watu wa biashara, kwa mfano wewe ni mtu wa biashara, nauli ulikuwa unalipa shilingi 300, sasa hizi imeongezwa 200, pole, imeongezwa 200, nauli ni shilingi 500. So you end up by kufanya biashara yako, it's not easy for you to balance your business. If there was a product that you used to sell at 500 shillings as a business personnel, it's not easy you sell the very same product at 500 shillings. You will add around 150 or 200 to 250. And immediately you add the price, means that you will have a few customers. If you used to do a supply of 200, if you used to have 200 customers in a month, you will come down to even 20. So you'll end up by doing no business at the end of the day. And now that is a serious concern, more so to our countrymates. This government needs to work something out. Now, there's another video that I want to play, where it's called Gachagua talked about subsidization of fertilizer. Let's play the video, then we pick the topic 2, and then we proceed from there. Thank you very much, and welcome more.
Has continued to be distributed to National Cereals and Produce Board. depots across the country, farmers have been cautioned against purchasing fake consignments of the agricultural input. Agriculture experts warn that with the subsidy program, counterfeit products will increasingly find their way into the market. At the same time, the experts have urged farmers to use efficient and balanced fertilizer for favorable crop produce.
Types of fertilizer, efficient use and quality are among frequently asked questions about the agricultural input. With the subsidized fertilizer program introduced by the Ministry of Agriculture, farmers are in a rush to purchase the product as they prepare to plant during this short rain season. Agriculture experts have, however, warned farmers to be on the lookout not to fall victim of counterfeit fertilizer.
The easiest way to check counterfeit is try to look for organic, not organic, but foreign material. The most commonly used material to fertilizer has been sand or stones, small stones, to kind of increase the weight. Of course, the other key thing that farmers should take care of is to whom you're buying it from. So you should make sure that you buy from a trusted agro dealer.
Tim Jackie, an agriculture expert at the Tegemeo Institute of Agricultural Policy and Development, says the subsidy program provides a loophole for cartels to smuggle illicit fertilizer into the country through the borders.
When you're giving that huge subsidy, if I'm a transporter and I know naweza pitia mali niongeze sand ni I can make money. You're providing incentives for people to divert fertilizer to the other retail markets.
While counterfeit agricultural products pose a serious challenge to farmers as they bear financial losses due to lower crop yields, other factors like the efficient use of fertilizer have played a part.
The type of fertilizer that a farmer should use is informed by the crop that he's planting. That should be the first one, and also now the soil health for that particular farmer. So each of these fertilizers has a different recommendation in terms of uses.
Different types of fertilizers are used in growing different crops and at different times. Diammonium phosphate DAP and triple superphosphate TSP are used as basal fertilizer or during planting of maize, while calcium ammonium nitrate or CAN and urea are used for top dressing. The amount is also key for better produce. An acre of maize requires 100 kg of DAP fertilizer and 100 kg of CAN during top dressing.
The first one, of course, is DAP. DAP is the most commonly used fertilizer, mainly because it can be used across a number of crops, including cereals, pulses, and tubers. Then we also have other fertilizers like NPKs. NPKs, we have different combinations. The combinations are pegged on the crop in which it's going to be useful. We have top dressing fertilizers like CAN, which is calcium ammonium nitrate. We have sulfate of ammonia. We have urea. So these are like some of the most commonly used fertilizer just by the volumes in which we consume them.
The prices of the different types of fertilizer vary because of different component composition. The subsidy, which took effect on Monday, 19th of this month, means that farmers will access this critical farm input at prices that have been reduced by more than half. A 50 kg bag of DAP and urea will now retail at 3,500, while MOP will go for 1,775, and sulfate of ammonia will sell at 2,220 shillings. The price, according to Tim Jaggi, is not a function of quality. As farmers across the country continue to receive the subsidized fertilizer, farmers in Kisii have urged the government to provide trainings on efficient use of fertilizer.
Mtusaidie serikali ili tupate mbolea mzuri na iwe kijakiwa kama ni mzuri, alafu ndio mtatuuzia, tunauziwa. Sasa tunauziwa mbolea ile nyingine, sangine nafunguliwa, sangine natolewa iko na baridi na inagusa hiyo mbolea, sasa kuweka nakuta sangine iko kama makaa, inakuwa na kauka nyingine na kamatana, sasa tunakuja pamoja tu kwa samba.
The farmers, while appreciating access to cheaper fertilizer, have urged the government to release more top-dressing fertilizer, as majority of them have already planted crops.
talks with agriculture stakeholders to ensure that farmers are able to afford fertilizer in the main planting season next year. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua says the government remains committed to promoting agriculture as a key pillar of its economic recovery. He spoke as he officially launched the fertilizer subsidy program and flagged off a consignment of the fertilizer to different parts of the country, as Brenda Wanga reports.
Perhaps tellingly, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's first official and public engagement involved fulfillment of a promise the government made to farmers, provision of fertilizer at subsidized prices. This consignment, 21,800 bags of 50 kg bags of DAP fertilizer destined for 38 NCPB depots in South Rift, Northern, Nairobi, Eastern and Coast regions of the country. Each depot will receive 560 bags of the fertilizer. The consignment is part of the 1.4 million 50-kilogram bags of different types of fertilizer availed to farmers during this short rains planting season. The government has limited the number of bags a farmer can get to just 100 bags per farmer.
I appeal to farmers in the regions that are receiving the short rains to reach out to local, national cereals and produce depots and sub-depots to access the required fertilizer.
Some farmers in the targeted areas that are planting this season have already started receiving the fertilizer. The fertilizer sold from the depots is retailing at a minimum of 1,775 shillings and a maximum of 3,500 shillings per 50-kilogram bag, depending on the type of fertilizer purchased. In Bungoma, however, these prices are not what the farmers expected.
Sasa tumefurahi kwa sababu tumeshishwa na mbolea chini, na hata sasa kilimo tutalima, mafuno tutafuna.
Kitu ambacho nimeona changamoto ni ya kwamba wakati ule tulikuwa tunanunua kwa 27-28 na saa hii nimeona ni 35.
While many farmers have welcomed the arrival of the DAP fertilizer, some say their needs have changed since the promise was made, as they had to plant before the rains disappeared.
Tu wamepanda, lakini pia tungehitaji tupate hiyo mbolea ya CN ambayo pia itatusaidia kwa kufanya mambo ya top dressing.
The government says it is aware and is in the process of availing the required fertilizer.
For those who have already planted and they need to be assisted for top dressing, we'll be making interventions to avail the CAN to be able to help those who have already planted.
The government hopes that in 6 months or so, the impact of the subsidized fertilizer will be felt through an increase in production and subsequent reduction in prices of maize. At the same time, the Deputy President assured farmers that the affordable fertilizer will not end with this planting season only. Plans are underway to avail the same for the next long rains planting season. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Our viewers, thank you very much for viewing, and I think that you have seen or short videos that we have played. We have reached at a point of number one, we have the information that the fertilizer that we are being told that was subsidized was a gift from Russia. And reaching Kenyan soil, they decided to sell them on us, for us, but so they decided to sell them for us. And the prices that were proposed, the prices that the fertilizers are going at, because if you do a comparison, you have heard one of the farmers saying that they used to buy a bag of 50 kgs at 27,700 shillings. That is for 2,700 shillings, 2,800 shillings. So what has happened, and why are we buying fertilizers at an exorbitant price instead of just posting a normal price on fertilizer? And again, because it was pronounced that there was a subsidized. It was a subsidized product. I think that doing it at 3,500 was a bit higher, and it needs at least to come much more lower, and I believe and know that when it will be low, everybody will be so much happy wherever they are. But because it's high, you can see, you can hear people not being happy, and most of farmers are saying that even if it's at 3,500, it would have been it was supposed to the price was supposed to be taken a much more down, so that much more lower, so that they can have the what actually is needed with them, for them to have to prepare their shambas and do the needful. So our viewers, wherever you are, thank you very much, and thank you for following, thank you for watching. This is a good Saturday. Let me say that it's another good evening wherever you are. Thank you. With the new government that we have in place, it's not going to be possible for anything to come much to the life to go a bit low as it was expected before and during elections. But because that is where we are now, we need now to start thinking on how we can live and what exactly we can do so that we can have a better way of proceeding with the government and all that. So I can see that it's like today a lot of our viewers are somewhere, either they have decided to go and relax their mind, which is okay. But I think that up to the point of where we are, I think calling it night won't be bad, since everybody is out there and everybody is so I was reading something. Thank you very much, and asante sana. That is one of us, and he was passing an information, so thank you. I think that will be a topic tomorrow. My brothers, the only best of what can happen to us as Azimio brigades is that we will need to put more effort in pushing this government. However much I know nobody wants to hear this story of we push the government, but we'll have to push this government so that at least we can have best out of at least something that will be much more something that at least when you're out there with your friends or you are conversing and talking about politics, you can be proud of, because this country is sinking. That is a fact. On the videos that we have played, you can hear people saying that they're not okay. Prices are doubling here and there. A lot of things are happening in these streets. So because things are not okay, and the government that we have before us, actually let me say that ni kama ni serikali ya kijambazi. You had the deputy president today telling people that waende wakalime misitu. Misitu imelindwa siku mingi, miti katwe sababu mvua inatoka kwa Mungu. Misitu imelindwa kwa siku mingi na imelindwa na ikahifadhiwa. And you remember the Right Honorable Prime Minister, then the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, my president, alipigwa sana 2007 na maneno ya misitu. 2013 alipigwa sana na maneno ya misitu, Mau forest, the Nandis forest and whatever forest. So saizi unasikia kama mtu anaamka anasema nendeni mlime ukate miti, sijui ni nani anasema, because who is going to provide these people na zile miti itakana wapande? That is something that we need to ask ourselves before we tell them enda ukalime, wapatie zile miti za kupanda. Sasa hata kama wanalima na wanakata, lakini kuna zile zenye the ones that are growing. And that is where now, and that is the reason why I'm saying that this country is slipping down. It's going down. That is, I can state that for a fact, the country is slipping down, and we need to engage ourselves more. We need to have a discussion. We need to have a candid talk over this, because if we don't speak on this, nobody will come and speak on our behalf, we Kenyans. And you know, when the country will have slipped that much more deeper, itakuwa ni hasara kwa nani? Sisi wote kama wa Kenya. So wherever you are, or our viewers, it's high time that we need to come up and see on how we can keep this government on tour. Number one. Number two, before I forget, or before I call it tonight, remember on Monday, the Supreme Court is going to give us detailed verdict on the judgment. So on Monday, we'll love to listen to it nicely. And remember, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga said that after that detailed judgment is when he is going to give us way forward. So, and we have been waiting, and we are still waiting until he will give us way forward. What he will tell us is what we'll do, and is what will follow. So kindly just keep it in. I know that wherever you are, you have not healed, and I know that healing takes time. It's okay. Just take your humble time, heal nicely. We as in your family, we know how to heal best. So nobody will push us in healing. Nobody will coerce us in healing. And I believe that it will be upon us to see on how we heal. Oh, I love our family because our Zimio family, because this is a strong family. It's a strong family, and it's a family that where everybody knows where we are heading. And before we call it tonight, let's see if we can play one video. It's about food.
6 among them children remain admitted at Nyambene Level 4 hospital with symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea after consuming meat from camel which had died at Igembe North and Central sub-counties. More than 100 villages from Malaene village were treated and discharged on Friday and early Saturday, and as Ben Kirina reports, victims have lamented hunger pangs due to lack of food in the area.
Nyambene Level 4 Hospital in Meru County, mothers and children as young as 3 years and below writhe in pain. They are among at least 100 others from Malaene village who were rushed to this facility on Friday after consuming a camel's carcass. According to hospital administrators, most of the patients were women and children.
Tukakuya naye nyumbani, tukapikia watoto wetu wakakula, sasa wakaanza kuonjeka. Tukionjeka sasa tukakuya kuokotwa huko nyumbani, tukaleta hospitali. Tulikuta ngamia ikiwa imeanguka kwa msitu, watu wakaanza kuitiwa nyama.
Majority of the patients were complaining of headaches, stomach aches, diarrhea and vomiting. They say severe hunger due to the drought in most parts of the country drove them to consume the meat from the 2 camels which had died under mysterious circumstances.
Kula hiyo nyama sio kupenda kwetu sababu ya njaa. Kwa sababu kwetu kulikuwa miaka 3 bila kunyesha.
Kunafanyika njaa nyingi. Tunakuliwa hata watoto hata wasasi tunakuliwa ni njaa, tunakula ngamia kwa njaa, na watu hawana hata wapati chakula, hata kibarua iliisha. Hauwezi kupata mtu wa kukupea kibarua. Sasa tukaona watoto wanajaa, wakaenda wakata hiyo nyama, tukakata hiyo nyama, tukapigia watoto. Sisi hata na watoto tukakula hata na baba yao.
At least 100 victims were treated and discharged on Friday evening and on Saturday morning. Dr. Githu Washira, who oversaw their treatment, said they had suffered food poisoning.
Watu waliletwa baada ya kula ngamia ambaye alikuwa amekufa na hajapimwa na daktari, na kwa bahati mbaya wakapata shida za tumbo, ugonjwa ambayo huwa tunaita food poisoning.
Others were admitted in critical condition, but none succumbed.
Wengi ambao walikuja so wakiwa na shida za kuhara, kutapika na kuumwa na kichwa, na kunao wengi ambao walikuwa kwa hali mbaya, lakini usiku madaktari wakajitolea wakawashughulikia wote, na tunafuraha sana kupeana ripoti kwamba hakuna hata moja ambaye ameaga dunia.
It is not the first time for such an incident to occur in the area. Residents have been urged to be careful about what they consume, especially during this season when the area has been hit hard by drought due to a prolonged dry spell in the region. Ben Kirui, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Our viewers, wherever you are, thank you very much for joining. If you're joining now, and those that have been following and watching with us, you can hear a lot of people here and there. Most of our brothers and sisters, our family members, our people from Meru, wanasema miaka 3 kama kuna ukame na wako njaa. The government gets in, you hike the prices of fuel. What will happen to those people that have been in the hunger-prone areas? Something needs to be worked on. And you know, this is not my word. This you have heard from your own ears and you have seen with your own eyes. Our brothers from those ends lamenting. So our viewers tonight, I think that I will call it tonight. I believe that tomorrow we'll do another host, and I believe that you'll join us. Immediately you join, and if you are in a position, kindly you use our link in joining, and we can have the conversation together, so that at least we can listen to your idea and how you think that things should work and all that. Let me give thanks back to those that have shared our video, the program. You know, if you share the program, you give other people the opportunity to watch. So don't hesitate to share it so that others can watch, and we get to learn together, and we get to talk politics together. You can use our comment section. If you can join us live, you use our comment section in giving us your idea, your thinking, your thought, and all that, so that we can get, even if you have questions, we'll get to we'll see how we can answer you. And we grow together. We have our YouTube channel. It's Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. Kindly subscribe to us, to our YouTube channel, and be blessed. Remember, we give, before I forget, I can't forget this. Thank you very much for those that have supported us, those that have been with us, those that have supported our lives. Most financially, be blessed, and wherever you are, if you feel that you are touched and you're blessed and you want to share with us, it's okay. We have got our M-Pesa number. Kindly share the little with us. And if you want to advertise anything with us, kindly contact us on 0710 547070. Sorry, they wrote 9 mistakenly. The end should be 009. So if you want to advertise anything with us, kindly use the number on our screen in communicating with us. The one of M-Pesa can be equally used as a WhatsApp number, and the one that starts with 07105470 and it ends with 70. You can contact us through that, so that we can talk business and see on how we can grow more together. Thank you very much for being part and parcel to the new family. And in this platform, we welcome everybody wherever you are. Feel much more welcome, and take this as your home. Up to the time and this moment, we will call it a night. And I believe that tomorrow we'll meet. I can see the number is growing, and if you want to join us, kindly just let me know before we put an end to this, so that we can let you to speak your mind, and we'll listen to you. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you. Thank you. Oh, I think up to where we are, it's going to be okay if we call it a night, so that before we call it a night, let me play the last video. It's about Ebola, and let's listen to it.
Governor George Natembeya says his administration will collaborate with the national government to put up measures to prevent the spread of Ebola into the county from Uganda. Natembeya said a team of health officials have been deployed at Swam border point to conduct a screening exercise on persons entering Kenya from Uganda, and that the team is encountering challenges due to illegal entry along the porous border. The county chief, while issuing the alert against the deadly disease, warned residents against trips to the neighboring country. County Commissioner Matthias Rioba pledged that security officials have been deployed along the porous border to restrict movements.
Oh, our viewers, you can see and you can attest with me that we have the deadly species that is on our borders. Kindly take very good care of yourself wherever you are. Make sure that you're safe, because Ebola is not a joking disease. When it gets new, it gets few minutes before you are normal, if I'm not wrong, though I'm not a doctor, but that is the information that I have. So kindly let's try and keep safe wherever you are. Make sure that if you want to cross the border, kindly see on how what's taking you the other end can be delivered to you, instead of you crossing the border, because you can end up by getting infected, and you will end up by, when you're back, you can infect your family. Remember your wife and children. Our Azimio family, remember, before I forget, we pray for ourselves, pray for your family, pray for your neighbors, pray for the country, pray for our Mama Martha Karua, our Deputy President, pray for our President Raila Amolo Odinga, the Right Honorable, pray for our Zimio for fan page, since this is where we meet, and then pray for me and pray for the team. What all we need peace in this country, and we need to be much more alive. Kindly share our program with your friends, share with your people within your WhatsApp group, share it all over in the Facebook groups. Remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Azimio Inawezekana Raila TV. Subscribe so that we can grow together. Thank you very much for those that have subscribed so far. By this morning, I saw that we are growing. There's a number that was added in subscribing, and we give thanks back to our good Lord. Oh, I believe that up to this point we're going to call it a night, so that we can have to relax. And tomorrow in the evening we'll meet and we'll have discussion. Remember to join us, because we have scheduled our starting time, which is from 9:40. 9:40, be ready to join us so that we can be having this discussion together. And finishing time will be when, at least the time it will be upon us to decide now. And I can see that even if we call it night, it won't be bad on our end. But remember to pray. You pray for the country, you pray for the peace. If you are out there taking one too many, kindly make sure that you're safe and don't drive while you are tipsy or drunk. Remember to Uber up so that we can have you tomorrow alive, and because we still need you tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you being part and parcel to our evening broadcast. Kindly, I'm requesting and urging you to share our broadcast. Share it so that other people can be in a position of watching. When you share, you give other people the opportunity to watch our programs and broadcast, and at least they can decide and join our family so that we can grow together. Thank you very much, na kila mtu akuwe na usiku wa kufanana. Nasema ni asante na asante sana. You have a lovely night wherever you are.